Hello everyone, I, R.S. Vaze from Marathwada Institute of Technology Polytechnic Aurangabad Civil Engineering Department warmly welcomes all of you to the new academic year 2020-21 Part 1. In this semester we are going to learn about the course Traffic Engineering, which is an elective for your curriculum. Course code 22507. The semester will be called as 5th semester CE5I. Course coordinator R.S. Vaze, who is going to deliver all the sessions regarding this subject. So, traffic engineering, it is all related about the vehicular management on the road. Before starting to the subject, we will concentrate on course structure. It is having THESE, theory end semester examination of 70 marks. Duration of exam will be 3 hours. THPA, Theory Progressive Assessment, which carries 30 marks, includes Class Test 1 and Class Test 2, 20 marks each. At the end of the semester, average of these two class tests will be considered, plus it consists of micro project 10 marks. And next one, Practicals PRPA, Progressive Assessment in Practical Sessions, which consists 25 marks. In this subject, we are having 12 number of practicals. Each will carry 25 marks. Last one, PRESE, Practical End Semester Examination. Like end semester examination will be there for the theory concepts, there is an end semester examination for the practical concepts also, which consists 25 marks for the performance of any one practical from the list of 12 practicals. Next, we will see course outcomes. Course outcomes are nothing but the summary of the subject or the conclusion of each and individual chapter. First one, analyze the road traffic characteristics. Characteristics is means specification of the roads, right? So in the chapter number 1, we will study the road characteristics, that may be road surface components with their standard specifications, or types of vehicles, which are the different categorization of the vehicles can utilize the road transportation system, and plus the vehicular and road user characteristics, who is drives the vehicle, so how his mental situation is there, his characteristics are there, which affects the traveling duration. Secondly, undertake various types of road traffic studies, like how much the vehicles are crossing at a junction, crossing along the road, along any particular point. So all that studies will be considered under chapter number 2. In chapter number 3, we will learn the relevant road traffic signs and markings. As you goes along the road, you see different signs will be placed over there, different kinds of markings are placed over there. So each sign will have a meaning, each marking will have a different meaning, which we have to follow during traveling. In chapter number 4, we will see road traffic signals for a given island. Whenever we cross a road at a junction point, we saw a signal which shows us 3 lights, which allows or manipulates the traffic flow. So in this chapter, specifically we will see the traffic signals at islands. Islands are a particular land provided at a junction point. For example, at Kranti Chowk, for example, at Dargah Chowk, there is a specific structure constructed at a junction point. Such structure is called as an island. In chapter number 5th, we will see maintain the road environment. Road environment means plantation along the road surfaces, along the road sides, and along the road central portion, which is called as a divider. In chapter number 6, we will learn preventive measures to avoid the road accidents by analyzing traffic conditions at site. How the accidental situation can be analyzed and managed according to the site conditions, and which measures can be provided to completely avoid the accidental situations. In the next, we will see different units which we have to study one by one with their mark distribution. The first one, Fundamentals of Traffic Engineering, which carries 4 marks in the examination, in which we will see vehicular traffic characteristics, road user characteristics, and road characteristics. Unit 2, Traffic Studies, which carries 12 marks. In this chapter, we will study how the flow is being carried out over the road surface, how it is categorized, how it is managed and calculated according to the development is required. Unit 3, Road Signs and Traffic Markings. It carries 16 marks for the examination. Signs, there are number of signs which we have to follow. Markings on the road surface which we have to follow. In Unit 4, Traffic Signals and Traffic Islands. Right? In this chapter, we will study at what specification traffic signals are to be provided, at what height they are to be provided, how they should be easily visible from the longer distance also, and traffic island, a particular structure which is specifically provided at the intersection point, its types, its uses, and its specifications. In Unit 5, we study road environment and arboriculture, which carries 8 marks. In this chapter, we will learn how the plantation is being maintained and placed along the roadsides and at the center of the roadsides on divider portion. In Unit 6, we will study road accident studies for 14 marks, in which we will study how the accidents are carried out, how to avoid the accidental situations completely, which measures are to be provided over a site, etc. Further, we will look out list of the practicals that we have to perform. In that first one, identify the road traffic characteristics for any existing road. In this, we will take one road, for example, the highway which is passing besides of our college. We will measure all the dimensions of that road and mention one by one in this practical. Second, measure the traffic volume in morning peak hours. Morning peak hours are considered 9 to 11 am. Analyze the traffic composition on the roadway. Roadway along the road. For example, in this practical, we will choose the location in front of Sukhmani campus, and along the roadsides, we will measure traffic volume. Traffic volume, simply we will count the vehicles one by one. But when? In the morning peak hour, during 9 to 11 am. In this third practical, we will measure same things in the evening peak hours, that are 5 to 7 or 4 to 6. In further 2 practicals, again we will repeat these actions, but we will change the location. At the time of the morning, we will be at the intersection location, like signal location around or near the MIT campus, and that will be repeated again in the evening session at the intersection points. All these practicals will be conducted when the situations get normal, when college campus get regulated, or else these practicals will be studied along the help of animation and video. In the next practical, measure the traffic volume non-peak hours. Non-peak hours during the 12 to 4. This time is considered as a non-peak hours to analyze traffic composition at intersection. Intersection means at signal or at chalk where 2, 4, 6, 8 roads get intersect with each other. In the next practical, we will see prepare report of trip generation and trip attraction. Right? Trip generation means or in this there are one method, that is origin and destination. Like you come out of your houses and reach to the colleges. So your house will be your origin and your college will be considered as your destination. So during this path, how much time is being utilized with which type of vehicle, etc. that we will study in detail in this practical. In the next practical, we will measure the spot speed on corridor of the roadway to analyze the percentile speed graphically. In this practical, you will stand at one location on the road surface and on an instant time, if a vehicle passes along you, you will measure the vehicle speed by using one equipment, and that will be called as a spot speed. When vehicle passes at a particular point from a particular space. So what will be the speed? You can measure the speed, that is called as spot speed, by using one equipment. In next practical, prepare a report of a field visit to any major road intersection in your locality, working of traffic signals along with your recommendations if any. For this, we will choose Dargah Chowk or our college signal chalk. There you have to consider traffic volume, which type of traffic signals are being provided, for how much time the cycle is passes, how the traffic is being manipulated over there. In the next practical, suggest the relevant vehicle parking system for your campus along with your recommendations, if any, in the form of a report. So for that, we first of all have to see what is the parking system is being provided, and for future expandation, how you can improve that one. So you have to suggest your suggestions in this practical. Lastly, we are having 3 practicals. Actually, the list is getting 13, but at the end we will perform only 12 practical out of this. That is, prepare a report of a field visit to any road intersection in your locality to identify types and with its sketch. Okay, so in this intersection means, as in chapter we will see Iceland's provision of the Icelands. So which type of Iceland is being provided, and we will draw the sketch. In the next practical, we will see draw the collision diagram for any case study of the road accident. Collision diagram. In this we will see or study any road accidental situations and which vehicle is got obstructed with the other. We will plot a collision diagram regarding it and give a suggestion to avoid such accidental situation. In the last, prepare the report on the causes of the accidents and preventive measures suggested by you for the situation in above practical. As we will study one accidental situation, for that we will draw the collision diagram, obstruction of one vehicle on the another, and we will suggest preventive measures for such. Nextly, we will study list of the micro projects that you have to perform in a group of 3 students or 4 students. It will be finalized and communicated to you. So up to that, decide your topic of the micro project. In the first, prepare a model of traffic controlling devices. So which will be the traffic controlling devices, like your signals, right? So there are which type of signals, how they are classified. On that basis, you can prepare a model. Second, make posters showing traffic safety and awareness. Which safety precautions are to be provided. In third, Perform traffic survey of busy road junction of city in groups and suggest measures for the improvement. In this, group of students have to perform a road survey at a junction point and suggest which measures are to be provided for the improvement purpose. In the next, prepare a report on advanced road marking machineries and materials. In this, students have to find which machinery is used specifically for the road markings and which material used for the same purpose. In the next, undertake the process of planting, protecting and maintaining the trees along the road. In this topic, students first of all have to make a survey a- along which type of plants are to be planted along the roadsides or along the divider portion, which techniques are to be provided for the protecting purpose, and how the systems is being get maintained. And in the last, prepare the charts showing different types of road signs. In this, they have to prepare a chart also and a report also, which shows different road signs with their purposes. Nextly, we will see the learning resources except your TechMax publications books. Okay, so these all are considered as an reference textbooks which are available in our library. First one, Transportation Engineering by Aurora. Second, Traffic Engineering and Transport Planning by Kadiali. Third one is an IS code, which is Indian Road Congress 672010. The year of publication is 2010, which is a code of practice for a road sign. As you can see, there are different IS codes for different purposes. Likewise, in a traffic engineering also, this IS code is referred specifically for the design of road signs, which varies according to their requirements and the purposes. Next is Indian Highways IRC journals. The journals are published every month in a different publication. So you can refer for your additional knowledge such journals also. Nextly, we will see which prerequisite knowledge is being required to start the syllabus, to study the syllabus of this subject. First of all, you will know importance of roads, right? All this prerequisite knowledge is a summary of your highway engineering subject that you have been studied in CE3I. That is, importance of roads, why the roads are important. First one, for easy and quick transportation of means, materials, goods, animals, etc. from one place to another place. Second one, remote areas and rural areas become accessible with the provision of the roads. During emergency like war, quick and easy transportation of soldiers, food and ammunition can be provided easily. It is also for the fast development of areas, and it provide you door-to-door service. I would like to give an example like you order any product online and it arrives in front of your door within a few spans. So for that purpose, you need to provide an efficient road transportation system. Nextly, we will see characteristics of road transport. What are the characteristics should be? It should give you quick and easy transportation. It should serve access to agricultural area by transporting of the goods. It should be used by the various categories of the vehicles like bicycles or by your own. By walk also you should be get easily and quickly transported from one place to another place. It should have a cheaper construction and maintenance. It should give a basic need, or it should fulfill basic need in case of fire and police protection. Again, it should give you door-to-door step connectivity in case of rural areas also, in case of villages also. It is important access to reach railways, waterways and airways. So these will be the characteristics of road transport. In the chapter number 1, we will see the characteristics of vehicles and vehicle traveler, or you can say the road users like you. In the next, we will see how the roads are classified, right? That is road classification all over the India. First of all, they are classified according to the general specifications. Secondly, according to Nagpur Road Plan. According to Nagpur Road Plan, your road are classified as national highway, state highway, major district road, other district roads, and village road. According to Third Road Development Plan, all the classification considered in Nagpur Road Plan that was again categorized into three, like primary. In primary, we consider national highway and expressways. In secondary, we consider state highway and major district road. And in tertiary, we consider other district roads and village roads that you know very well or you can recall it. And then lastly, the classification is done in urban areas, right? In urban areas means in a particular city. All these first three classifications are followed all over the India and can be implemented very easily. But what about the cities? So for guiding or for provision of the roads in a city, the last classification will help you. So we will see a little bit detail. General classification of roads. The first one is according to traffic flow per day. So the tabular form will give you in detail format. Very heavy traffic roads about 600 vehicles per day. Heavy traffic 251 to 600 vehicles per day. Medium traffic 70 to 250 vehicles per day. And light traffic below 70 vehicles per day. Next, we will see according to the transported tonnage, means load carrying capacity of that pavement. That is also categorized per day. Like very heavy traffic roads will be carry above 1525 tons of load per day. Heavy traffic roads 1017 to 1524 tons per day. Medium traffic 508 to 1017 tonnage per day. Light traffic below 508 tons per day. In the next, we will see according to the importance, like class 1, class 2, and class 3. According to location and function, that I say, that is national highway. What is the function of national highway? It connects two nations and located between two nations. So the function will be connecting two nations. State highway will connect two states. Like in the next, we will see according to material, which material is being used to construct such type of roads. First one is earthen road. Natural ground or natural soil is being used for prepare the ground of a road surface. Second one, water-bound macadam roads. The meaning of words water bound means which obstruct. Macadam is nothing but a layered pavement roads. For example, PMGSY roads that are available in village areas. Next is bituminous roads that you easily observed around your areas, and cement concrete roads. Last one is according to the pavement, nature of the pavement during the failures or during the stresses. So there are two types of pavements, flexible pavement and fixed pavement. Example of flexible pavement is a bituminous roads. Flexible, the word is indicating its behavioral change along the surface of the road in the dimensions during the heavy stresses. Like in a high temperature, bitumen starts melting, or in a excessive load, the concrete roads get starting cracked from the central portion. So that is the behavior. Like in a flexible pavement, the edges will get expanded. In a fixed pavement, edges will be fixed, but whatever the failure will be occurred, that will between the central portion only. Nextly, we will see that is the most important part for the subject, classification of urban roads in a city. So these roads are classified as arterial roads, sub-arterial roads, collector streets, and local streets. What are arterial roads? The streets primarily for thorough traffic on a continuous route but with a high level of traffic mobility are known as arterial roads. The road which is a continuous in a length carries a thorough traffic and continuous high traffic volume. For example is here Jalna Road. Secondary subarterial roads. No doubt these roads are also considered as a continuous route but having lower level of traffic mobility as compared to the arterial roads. The best example will be the road from Dargah to Amarprit signal. Okay, so these examples will clarify your doubts. Next is collector streets. As you can see in the image, if we consider this is our arterial road, that is Jalna Road. This one is our sub-arterial road from Amarprit Chowk to Dargah Chowk. This will be considered as a sub-arterial road. Then collector streets, right? Imagine there is a location like Roplekar Hospital. Here it is located. That Chowk to Chetak Ghoda Chowk. This road, kind of road, will be considered as a collector streets. Streets which provides access to arterial streets, right? Arterial and subarterial, collects the traffic from and to local streets. Like there are different colonies. There will be the different exits to this road. So what is the purpose of collector streets? It collects all the internal traffic and transfer it to the subarterial and further it will transfer to the arterial streets. As I said, the example is road from Chetak Ghoda to Roplekar. And the last one is local streets. Again, come to the image. This longest route will be Jalna Road. This is road from Amarprit to Dargah. This is road from Roplekar Chowk to Chetak Ghoda. And these are the local streets which are coming out from the different localities, different societies. So the streets which provides access to abutting streets are known as local streets and it's having a lesser speed, that is 30 km per hour. And the example are different roads from the different localities come at the end to the collector streets. Okay. So all this basic requisite knowledge you have to refer again, read once and remember it for the studying further. I hope you understand the today's session. So I would like to give a review of today's session. That first of all we have been seeing the structure of the course outcomes that you will learn after each chapter, different units with their mark distribution, list of the practicals that we have to perform, list of the micro project that you have to prepare, learning resources that you can add up your knowledge with the help of these learning resources like reference books or IRC codes. In prerequisite knowledge, we recall the basic knowledge which includes classification of routes, general classification of routes according to traffic volume per day, load carrying capacity or tonnage per day, according to importance, location and function, and the material. And then lastly, we have been seeing roads in urban areas, how they are classified with their local example. So we will continue and start our chapter number 1 from the next session. Thank you. Ask for any queries if any.